also. So now I am seeing last year's PubMed paper. Now I am in dilemma. Like otherwise I would have gone for PubMed because that's a subject which I have very good place for. I very well. I know the subject pretty well. So what do you think? Will that trend continue or does UPSC go for something like don't allow something?
Yeah, as far as this story about PubMed and geography is concerned, things have been very bad for as far as PubMed and geography are concerned for the past 2 years. This year and the last year, they have been very utterly low. Geography was fine. This time geography was also low scoring, I guess. Especially the first paper. Yeah, and PubMed is in a very bad shape right now. But I think if you are still comfortable with PubMed, you should go for it. Because I know people who have still scored for PubMed. Not that you can't score, but I think it's a conscious effort from the part of the UPSC at least to, because all these institutes in Delhi, they teach PubMed geography, thousands of people write these two optionals. So they actually are trying to probably consciously change the trend. So that is one solution, one kind of answer that you can draw from your analysis. Not definitely the thing that is going on probably, but what I feel is probably an attempt from the part of the UPSC to bring down these dominance of Delhi coaching centers, probably. That is one way of looking at it. Because I don't think there is any other reason to punish these two optionals. What did they do? No point in punishing them. But just to change the trend or break the mold, you can say, so that other optionals are also chosen and people from other areas also, people who are not fortunate enough to go and settle in Delhi and study can also get into the list. So probably that is their intention. That is a very genuine one. I don't find anything wrong in it. Except that people who are sitting here and preparing PubMed get punished unnecessarily. Our friends as well. But if you are good with PubMed, I think you should stick to it. Because you can still score, no problem.
The other thing is that there are people who scored exceptionally well in PubMed last year. Like I met a girl yesterday with some 265 marks for PubMed. Okay, so there are still people who got good marks in PubMed last year. So we cannot say that PubMed was punished last year, but we know, exceptionally, especially the first paper, it was like very low score. Okay, but the interest, the availability of the material, considering all this, if you're very good in PubMed, you can actually take PubMed.
Good morning, sir. Sir, this time the general studies pattern has entirely changed. So, were you preparing for this year's mains? How would you have changed the preparation method? That is, would you have gone for more newspaper analysis or more standard books on these topics?
See, like I told earlier, they have given particular syllabus for this, but they are expecting everyone to answer these questions. Whatever your background is, you should all answer the same questions. So I have written films this time, and if I clear, I am planning to write mains also. So what I will do is I will stick to the basics this time. See these NCERT textbooks and all those basic materials. If I know basics of these papers which they have given here, I can write whatever answer they are asking. So best strategy for this time will be to stick to the basics, because everyone it will be the same case with everyone else. No one knows what they will ask. Even though they have given the syllabus, they can ask questions in whatever they like from this syllabus. So the best thing for everyone to do this time will be to stick to the basics. Current affairs is important, as you know, they will ask every time from that, but in that way it is constant. Only the questions differ. They will ask questions from current affairs, and while you are studying these GS papers also, try to give some current relevance to that. If for example 1 or 2 years back when there was earthquake in Japan, they asked questions related to that. So that should be the way you should approach GS topics. Like I told earlier, in culture, since there was news regarding that Bodo tribe, they asked a question from Bodo culture. And regarding sports, last year Saina Nehwal won medal in Olympics, but the question they asked was entirely different. But it was regarding PV Sindhu, because she had defeated Saina in the very next match or something. So that's the way you should approach the questions in GS also. You should find some current relevance to that. Okay.
Suggest me some how to consolidate the revision and back end of our mains, because
Obviously, while you are studying, you would have prepared notes and all. That should be the best.
Because
thing.
that also getting a lot, I mean, that's also a big load to carry forward with, because
You will be writing mock tests, no?
yeah, can be writing.
Review those answers. That is a very good thing.
And I was thinking, how can we consolidate all this, because last around 1 month before, we just consolidating for the coming, ensuing examination.
See,
That's what-
GS is a very vast topic. You can't always revise it
I
fully.
was specific of any techniques that you would have used.
I haven't used any techniques, especially for that. I just continued with my preparation. That's it.
See, my optionals were medicine and Malayalam. And medicine is a subject that was a difficult subject for me. I spent 3 months of the 4 months preparation for medicine. I studied GS for 1 month. So I studied GS. I studied GS during this 1 month. I mean, I read almost all the basic textbooks for the preliminary exam. But the current affairs, the Hindu newspaper of all this 3 months, I went through all this in the last month. So that is enough, I guess. And the other question was about this year's strategy. So I was scrapping medicine as an optional, so I was planning to go with Malayalam. So Malayalam is a simple optional subject. You can cover Malayalam in some 1 month or so. So I was planning to give the rest of some 5 months or so for general studies preparation. So we can go through the basic textbooks, and you can read the newspapers. And I will recommend this website, mranal.org, for economics and all. And GK Today by Suresh Soni as an online coaching program. GK Today, the current affairs. Actually, me and Sriram, Anil as well, right? We used this material from GK Today last time. Yes. I prepared GS within 1 month. So I didn't have all the notes from the newspapers for this 4 months. So I used to depend on GK Today for this notes. GK Today covered the necessary articles from every day, and they arranged it in PDF format and sent to us. And you can depend on GK Today as well. Okay. And the other thing is, you can. There is a website called News on AIR. It is a good website. I mean, we can listen to the news and at the same time read the news in your system. So that may improve your vocabulary, and that gives an idea about things happening around. And at the same time, there is a discussion in this website, News on Air. Spotlight is the name of this discussion. And in this discussion, every day, some guy from the government department, some cabinet secretary, joint secretary from all these departments, comes and gives talks. And these talks are designed in such a way that it is palatable to every even an ordinary man. Okay, so I think that discussions could help you.
Program is in All India Radio called News Analysis.
Yes.
I think it's after 8 o'clock news.
No, you can actually go into.
Yeah, in website, but it's not available everywhere, but it's available in their website.
Yes.
You can download it and hear it. That's very good.
Yes.
Because they will be, especially regarding the government programs and all, they will be giving all the important features, and that too in a manner which it can be understood by everyone who hears it. That's a very good program.
And that gives a view. That gives a view of the government.
Yeah, government regarding what is their aim in implementing this program, who are they targeting, all those stuff.
Beneficiaries.
Yeah, because while if they are asking a question regarding such program, they won't be asking how much they spend on this. They will be asking what is their aim in for this particular program, or who are they targeting. All those stuff you need to know. For that thing, this program is very good.
Okay, see, they have another program also after this. Any other questions? Any questions from the binder?
What is the importance of environment related stuff?
It's very important. Nowadays, most of the questions in this kind of brings also lots of questions for the from environment issues. Try to keep track of all those issues which you encounter daily. Newspapers, it will be there. I think nowadays Hindu is publishing good articles regarding environmental issues.
And also usually.
And you can use Wikipedia.
Yeah.
This Kyoto Protocol, Nagoya Protocol, and everything. You can wiki and you can write it.
A different question. Usually engineers they don't go for engineering like as optional. I don't know why. I don't know. Is it too tough or I'm also an engineer, so.
The thing is that if you feel confident that you can do engineering, then you can go for it. For example, most of the engineers I know, except those who are from very good institutions like IIT and NIT, including me, I have studied the engineering and I have tried to write the exam, not to study the subject thoroughly. I just wrote the exam to clear it. I didn't study most of the subjects thoroughly. So that is the basic problem with everyone. Most of the engineers, they will be studying only on the day before the exam, for their exam. I know it's the same case everywhere, especially for engineers. But those people who are from IIT or NIT, they will be very good with subjects and all. So that's why they choose it. But if you are good like that, you have properly studied engineering and you feel confident that you can do it, you should definitely go for engineering. Because for engineering, most of subjects there is a definite answer. And if you nail it, you can get very good score. That is the major reason why the engineers don't go for engineering option. It's not like it's not scoring or anything.
Okay, last question.
So since you laid a lot of emphasis on group study, is it very important to go to a coaching center to study, or if it's possible for a person to study individually, maybe among a group of friends, because that will give you more ideas and more, it will be easier to study with a group of friends. But joining a coaching center would instill, a sense of competition in you definitely, because when you see other people studying, you would want to, and you would know where you stand.
See, I think regarding coaching centers, more important thing should be they will be able to give you good guidance. Because in this exam, it's not like what you know. You are writing. It's about how to write the exam. In that context, coaching centers can guide you.
So maybe
For GS, group studies good enough.
Stuff to all the students. Don't you think they will be catering the same stuff to all the students? So would it be typical if you? Is it important to have your identity revealed in your answer paper?
See, that is exactly what I was saying to our friend sitting there. You don't need to reveal your identity in your answers. Just write the answer. No, they are just questions. They are just meant to be answered. That's all. You don't need to create your individuality or put your signature there after each answer. No use. Because like I told you, they have a set of value points based on which they value your question. You understand? Yes. GS, I'm speaking about GS. Optionals are a bit different because the person correcting your optional will be probably a professor who has been teaching the subject for 20-25 years. That is a different issue. But especially for GS, people correcting, you don't have a specialty called GS, no? People correcting a paper will be correcting it based on a set of points. No point in, trying to create your own individual style of answering. That is what happens to people that are preparing for a long time. They take it as their life mission to ensure that their ideas are put through to the UPSC and that they hear all these things and try to change. No point. This is just an exam.
It's not about writing extraordinary answers. It's about
They don't expect extraordinary answers.
Average answers, maybe above average answers for each and every question.
So ensure that you write all answers. So what happens is you go and you just take up a previous year question paper, GS paper and analyze. At least around 60% you can say safely. 50 to 60% of those questions will be such questions that are not you don't know you don't have a clear answer to. You understand? At least half of those questions you won't have a clear answer to those questions. You may know the rest of the 50% quite clearly, but it doesn't matter to the person who's correcting it. So you need to answer every question, almost everything at least. Because for example, last time they had asked a question, the importance of fire, Zoroastrian, if I understand, if I remember clearly. You understand? No idea. I did not have any idea. So there are people who attempted that question as well. Yeah, Albiad attempted. You understand? So you can't go about reading about Zoroastrianism.
That was actually simple.
Yeah, simple, exactly. So just write something you know, or just cook up an answer, no problem. Because the tribe that Anil was speaking about, I had no idea if that was a tribe or anything at all. I just guessed that it was a tribe and gave an answer. And it came from so and so area. Their main occupation is agriculture. They practice shifting agriculture. Their gods are fire and lightning. It works, you know, 1 out of 10 times or 2 out of 10 times it works. Probably imagine that it is a 5-mark question.
If
You understand? You have time for everything. You get time, provided you plan your answers very well. You get time for answering each and every one of those 300 marks. Don't worry. So imagine that it is a 5-marker, and I have written 10 points. Probably they are also correcting using a point, this thing. So 3 out of those 10 points come right. Probably I wrote Northeast and that tribe was from Jammu. Probably I got it wrong there, but I wrote that their occupation was agriculture. Yes, agriculture. Fine, half mark. So out of 5 I score 1.5. Good enough, no? So that is where it all matters. So you need to answer the questions that you know very well, the questions that you know probably here and there, the questions that you totally don't know. You need to answer all of them. So time management and a presence of mind can help a lot. You see a question, you don't know anything about it, but still you have to write it. See, it is very easy to answer a question that you don't know. You can write anything that comes to your mind. Seriously, you just need to ensure that you don't write too much. A 5-mark question, half a page. Okay, 5 marks, 3 minutes. Just write whatever that comes to your mind. Anything they don't give negative marks. Don't worry. No negative marks for writing crap. So write anything that comes to your mind. Go to the next question. So plan your answers like this, and you have to answer every question or almost everything. And the worst part is you know a question very well. You'll spend 1 hour on writing 20-mark question. End of your thing, you can you don't even need to write the next paper. You can go home. No use. You understand? One of my friends, statistics usually ask for 30-35 marks. So one of my friends was so bent on answering statistics, he was considering himself as the king of statistics. He had studied very well. He had spent 1 month probably on statistics, and he spent 1.5 hours answering those 35 marks. Out of 3 hours, he spent 1.5 hours writing answers to 35 marks. And I left the whole statistics part. I did not answer a single question. I left that full 30 marks because I didn't have a clue. You can't write stories for statistics, yes or no? So I had to write many other stories. No, I had stories in mind for all the other questions. I had stories in mind for fire and Zoroastrianism and all these tribes. I had cooked up stories beforehand. So I needed time for all that. So I left statistics because I didn't know any question. So presence of mind can help a lot. So think properly, plan your strategy well ahead of your question. Well ahead of your exam. That you are going to write 5 markers for 3 minutes. Have all those things clearly in mind. 5 marker, how much you will write, how long you will take. Exactly, to the minute you have to plan. You understand? And one thing probably for at least those people who are writing the mains this time, one thing that our teacher Ravi Shankar sir had told us, it worked a lot for me, especially in your optional and especially for the big questions. You see a question, 30 marker. It may have subparts, 30 marker or 20 marker. So you, on the question paper, on the side of the question that you're first attempting, you write the time. You look at your watch, write the time. And immediately below that, you write the time when you're supposed to finish that answer. Time, not minutes. The exact time on your watch. You understand? You start at 10:10. You write 30 marker, it will take around 18 minutes. So 10:28, you write below that. So you check your watch, you have to finish this within 10:28. You take 2 extra minutes here. Next question, you cut 2 minutes. You understand? So plan for each and every question, just write the time, not the minutes or 10 minutes, 5 minutes, no point writing that. The exact time on your clock, on your watch, you write it on the side of your question. And that will actually keep you focused and keep you on track. That will help. It helped me a lot. I don't know if it is going to help. You can practice in your mock test, for example. You can try it out. If it works, you can use that strategy, very useful. Because time management and space management are the 2 most important things for mains. They are more important than everything else put together. More important than the Hindu, more important than writing skills, more important than not reading frontline, more important than everything else put together is time management and space management. You get those 2 things right, the other things will fall in place. You get those 2 things wrong, all your years and years of preparation will go waste. One of my friends, he has been preparing for the last 3 years. He knows everything in the years. You ask him anything under the sun, he will give you an answer. And proper, good opinion-based answer, not facts. He has a good opinion, good analysis of every single issue that is going on in the country. The only thing is, he is a very relaxed person, so he attempts only 200 marks out of 300. For the past 3 years, he has been attempting only 200 marks. Because he ensures that all his answers are very beautifully written, good legible handwriting. He sticks to space, but he can't stick to time. So he is a big failure. He has been writing for 3 years. So that is where he fails. So ensure that you get all these things together. That's all.
About the question that girl asked. Okay, you don't have to go to Delhi. You don't have to go to Delhi for coaching, for civil service coaching. But it may help you if you're joining an institute in Kerala. Maybe if you're working in Ernakulam, you can join an institute in EK.
That's what one of the problems is. I am basically from Punjab. I'm
Okay.
from Chandigarh. And I've been studying here for the past 4 years.
Okay.
Not Victor Growth, but I went to 2 other coaching centers and they denied me admission saying that I'm a non-Keralite and I'll not be given admission. So,
That is fundamental right violation.
Okay.
so that's why I want to know how important is it, because it's becoming difficult for me as an individual here to start preparing. I still have 1 more year. I'll be like,
First of all, I apologize for in the name of all the Keralites. Okay. The second thing is that if you are able to read something from the textbook and you have another option of attending a class, I would always take the textbook. I mean, like, the textbook gives me an opportunity to read the subject in first hand and to take my opinions and to take into and to get into my conclusions. The otherwise, that is cooked stuff that is getting into my brain. I would prefer the other way. I mean, I would like to read from the textbook. But in certain subjects, we are not getting textbooks. We are not getting such concise material. It is important and it is good to attend classes. For example, in international relations, a good international relations teacher can teach you well in 2 hours about the bilateral relations between India and all the neighboring countries in 2 hours. So if we have to read it for ourselves, it would take maybe days or weeks. So in those subjects, it is important to take guidance. And I would add this, you don't have to go to institutes to get good friends. I never joined any institute for journal studies preparation. I attended one for Malayalam and I didn't join any institute for journal studies. I had a peer group, some 2 or 3 friends. I used to study GS with these people, and one guy was very good in international relations. He used to teach me IR. I used to teach him science and technology and stuff. And another guy was very good in economics and other social issues, and he used to teach this too. So the 3 of us covered GS in 1 month. So you can choose your friends, but choose your friends wisely. You don't have to depend on any coaching institute for this group studies and everything. You can study with your friends in your home or your hostel. I used to study in my room. Even I didn't use the library. Sriram and Anil was using the Civil Service Academy library for combined studies. I didn't use the library as well. There are no prescribed routes for clearing this exam or achieving a good rank. I mean, everything is relative. I mean, but what is basic is that you must have a will, and there should be and there will be a way.
One more thing regarding what Alvi said, regarding institutes, many people are in the habit of reading and studying. So for some people, they will need the help from other people. For example, for me, I first joined an institute.